Smackdown, Friday, Smackdown. This time the show starts off with Booker T announcing that there's going to be a challenge. Brogue kick versus the KO punch. What? And then I actually didn't know what that entailed until Sheamus comes out, Big Show comes out, and then you see this getup where there's like a glove or a bag or something and they're supposed to hit it. And whose ever finisher gets the biggest amount of points wins, and their finisher is declared as the more powerful. Sitting there like, didn't they do this shit on NXT? Really? This is the World Heavyweight Championship feud. Supposedly the biggest or the most important feud on SmackDown, and they're treating it as an NXT challenge. Wow. When Sheamus does it, he gets like a 13-22 or something. And yeah, that was impressive, I guess. And then Big Show, after complaining all this time about how embarrassed he's going to be, he doesn't want to do it, yada yada, yada yada, he finally does it and he gets like an 18-09 or something. Sheamus then gets attacked by Tensai, and Tensai looked like I'm like, hey, cool for Tensai. He's not doing anything else, so have him do something, right? Guess during the break, Booker T made the match, so it's Sheamus versus Tensai, one-on-one. Good match. Whenever they've faced each other, which has been probably only like 2 or 3 times before, it's been a brawl. It's been a fight. And this was no different. Sheamus gets the win with the Brogue kick. And really quick, I want to mention how JBL is doing commentary tonight with Josh Matthews. What's that all about? I don't know, but I'm all for it. I'd much rather have JBL on both shows than Michael Cole. And we see Ricardo Rodriguez trying to warn Alberto Del Rio about Randy Orton's tweet and his promise to be there tonight. Alberto doesn't really seem worried at all. In fact, he tells Ricardo to go and find Randy Orton. So then when they come back from break, Ricardo is looking for Randy Orton backstage, and he's all freaked out. He's hearing a snake noise. You find out it's Santino and his Cobra, and it's fucking with him. Heath Slater and Jinder Mahal with Drew McIntyre come out to face Santino Marella and Zack Ryder. I didn't mention in my Raw video that they came out and attacked Santino and Zack Ryder after the tag team tournament match from Monday. I don't know how I forgot that. And apparently they're now known as The Band. That's their official, like, stable name. I don't know, I like Job Squad a lot better, so I'm going to continue calling them the Job Squad. And they're doing their whole dance and whatnot, or they're playing the air instruments. I'm like, I mean, granted, it's a lot more than Drew McIntyre was ever doing, so I'll give him that. But Jinder Mahal just doesn't really seem like he fits. He still comes out with the robe and the turban, but he acts like a rocker now? How does that work? They beat Santino and Zack Ryder, so at least that's good, because if you're going to put these guys together, they're making them look like a threat, or I was going to say serious threat, but they're not really that serious, are they? Kane versus Dolph Ziggler. This was a match I guess Dolph touted about that he wanted, based on what happened on Monday in the tag match. And Dolph said that wrestling is the 5th best thing that he does. I wonder what the first 4 are. But the match, you know, they were going back and forth until Dolph finally hit Kane with the Money in the Bank briefcase and got disqualified. So there goes that match. But then Daniel Bryan comes out. Looks like he's about to help Kane. And then Kane is like, I don't need your help. Matt Striker, at the right place at the right time, like he always is, comes up to try to interview them. And then he gets shoved down. Kane looks like he's about to help him up, but then ends up choke slamming him. And you have Kane and Daniel Bryan going back and forth with the yeses and the nos and the chaos. Like literally chaos. Whenever Kane and Daniel Bryan are out there in the ring, it's chaos. And you know what? What the hell? I like it. Ricardo, he's backstage looking for Orton once again. He thinks he hears Orton's voice behind the door. He opens the door and it's fucking Hornswoggle with those like new wrestling toys that they have now. They're like these soft, big toys, and if you push their stomachs or whatever, they talk. You know, I remember WCW had those like way back in the day, back in like 99 or 2000. I remember because I had one. I had one of Sting, and when you pushed him, he would yell, "It's showtime!" or "Woo!" You know? So, yeah. Big Show versus Kofi Kingston, and The Miz is out there to do commentary. He's pretty much talking about their match that's going to happen at the main event show on Wednesday. I'll get into that. Big Show wins pretty easily with the knockout punch, knocks Kingston out. Miz goes in the ring to talk trash, and as I mentioned, he's saying how he's going to beat Kofi for the title, retain his title at the main event. I like that they're now like promoting the main event, or at least having the main event stuff coincide with Raw and SmackDown. I think that's a smart idea. Even though I'm surprised they're not saving the title shot for Hell in a Cell. I don't know how that's going to go. Backstage in Booker T's office, Layla and Caitlyn come up and reveal that they went through Eve's bag and found a blonde wig. Okay, first of all, this whole investigation on who attacked Caitlyn, I'm not even sure that anyone cares anymore, because I barely don't. And the whole idea that Eve, like, I sort of figured out that Eve wore a wig and did it herself. I come on, I saw that running down the street miles away. But am I supposed to believe that Eve, all these weeks later, just carries the wig around in her bag? Like, what does she still have the blonde wig for? Just in case she needs to attack someone again? Like, where's the logic in that? And then Eve comes in to defend herself and say, oh, how can it be legal for them to go through my bag? And second of all, that doesn't mean anything because I went through Theodore Long's bag and he had a blonde wig too. Like, what? What the fuck is going on with this Divas division? Holy shit. Sin Cara versus Damien Sandow. That was actually a good match, and Cody Rhodes was out there. He gets thrown out of ringside by the referee, and you know what? I even like blinked and missed what happened. I had to rewind it on my DVR to see that Sin Cara like jumped over the referee and did a Hurricane Rana into a pin on Damien Sandow, and that's how he got the win. Sin Cara beats Damien Sandow. Damien Sandow is only now second loss. Surprised me, that's for sure, and it's not looking good for them going into the finals of the tag team tournament Monday, but I'm still pretty sure Sandow and Cody Rhodes get that win. And that brings us down to our main event. Alberto Del Rio versus Daniel Bryan. As random and as, like, what? As this match is, I do say that it was cool to see Daniel Bryan in the main event. I was rooting for him the whole time, whether that's chanting yes or no. I don't know which one would be, in fact, cheering for Daniel Bryan, but I was doing it, and it pissed me off, though, to see Alberto beat Bryan by submission. I'm like, what the fuck? Not only does Alberto Del Rio never fucking lose on TV, I swear, I've been saying it in my videos for God knows how many weeks or months that, like, does anyone else notice this? Alberto never loses, never gets pinned. Even in his tag team matches, he never gets pinned. They won't let Alberto lose a fucking match. Why couldn't you have Daniel Bryan win? Why not? Daniel Bryan deserves it. He's so over with the fans right now. He gets the biggest reaction out of almost anyone there. But they won't let him fucking win a one-on-one match. No, Alberto has to get the win. And then Alberto is talking smack, saying how Orton lied, and he's not really there. He's a coward. And you know what? This was actually really cool. When he was mocking Orton with the whole, like, you know, the best pose ever. And then he turns around to do the whole pounce thing. And Orton was right there waiting for him. I thought that was really cool. I didn't see that coming. And Orton grabs him and beats the holy hell out of Alberto Del Rio. Just throws him against the pole, the announce table. He looks like he's about to RKO him until Ricardo Rodriguez, a.k.a. Eddie Munster, a.k.a. Ricky Ricardo, attacks Orton, jumps on his back. Orton does the RKO on him through the announce table. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I liked it. And you know what? I'd say SmackDown was a good show tonight. I do. I enjoyed it. So everyone, that's what I think of SmackDown, and let me know in the comments below what you thought of SmackDown, if you liked it as much as I did. And this week, for my underrated superstar of the week, I will probably have to say Ezekiel Jackson. Now, I'm not saying Ezekiel Jackson is the best wrestler. In fact, he reminds me in a lot of ways of Lex Luger. You know, he's just a powerhouse, and with the torture rack, he just can pick up pretty much anyone with that move. But at the same time, it's weird how, dating back from the core, even before that, in ECW, Ezekiel Jackson was just like a powerhouse, like a dominant force. And then with the core, he was like manhandling guys like the Big Show and Kane. Just he looked like a guy who was a threat. Then all of a sudden, he even won the Intercontinental title from Wade Barrett, and he was doing well. But then all of a sudden, he just started losing every match and just like nothing. In fact, I haven't even seen anything from Ezekiel Jackson since. It sort of annoys me when you see someone come in, they get pushed so heavily, so hard, to a point where you almost just get forced to recognize them, and then all of a sudden they're gone. And you sit there and you wonder, like, whatever happened to that guy? Anyways, let me know what you think of Ezekiel Jackson. If you just don't care, maybe no one else cares. But as always, thanks for watching, everyone. Peace, subscribe, see ya!